Welcome to Cook 30. I'm Jeremy Dixon from the Revive Cafes in Auckland, New Zealand, and also wrote the Revive Cafe cookbooks. And today, I want to share with you some delicious cafe meals that you can cook in your very own home. Cook 30 food is all about using whole foods. We're going to be using great protein sources like beans, nuts and lentils, whole grains like quinoa and brown rice, and tying them all together with international spices and herbs and fresh fruit and vegetables. And the best part about Cook 30 food is you do not have to spend hours slaving away in the kitchen. In the next 30 minutes, I'm going to show you how you can make a meal for your family that they will love and is super healthy. On the menu today we have a delicious Greek potato cake smothered in sesame seeds and served with an avocado and tomato salsa. We have deliciously fresh pepper medley and honey glazed carrots. And to finish it off, we have some fruit kebabs served with cashew cream. Okay, when you want to cook meals in a hurry, you want to make sure you've got your kitchen well set up. A nice clear workspace, sharp knife, good chopping board with a tea towel underneath so it doesn't move. Also, we've got the jug boiled, 3 pots on the stove, and we're ready to go. So for the potato cake, we want to have some potatoes cooked, and we want them cooked really fast. So the first job is to grab 2 potatoes. So we've probably got just under a kilo, or about just under 2 pounds. And we're just going to chop these potatoes. I'm not going to peel them. I'm not a big fan of peeling things. Just cut them like this and into quarters, and then just cube them like that, keeping them nice and small so they cook quickly. And the potato, cut off a bit of a manky bit, and we'll do the same with this one as well. So these potatoes will probably take around about up to 10 minutes to get nice and soft, and when they've done that, then we can finish off making the potato cakes. So when I buy my potatoes, I generally like buying them with the skin on and washed, so you can just use them and put them straight away into your cooking. So I've got some boiling water here, and we'll cook them in this pot. I'll turn up the gas. And put this in like that. So they're ready to go. Put the lid on and they'll happily cook there. And now we're going to put the carrots on for the honey glazed carrots. I've run out of boiling water, so I'm just going to use some from the tap. But these carrots aren't time critical, so it doesn't really matter if it takes a bit to get up to boil. So put that on, high temperature. And you get these really neat little carrots that are pre-peeled. They're just little baby carrots, and all we do is just put them straight in the pot, just like that. Just little baby carrots. It'll be really nice for our honey glazed carrots. Put the lid on that, and we'll come back and check on those in a couple of minutes. Okay, let's start the fruit kebabs. But before we do, just want to change the board over. We've been doing some savoury things on one side. Let's flip it over, and we've got another side so we don't get potato taste coming through. So we've got lots of fresh fruit here to attack. So we've got a beautiful honeydew melon here. So I'm just going to scoop out the seeds. And what the trick is just we want to get rid of all the fruit into cubes. We're probably going to make around about 10 kebabs. So you want 10 good chunks of fruit of every kind. So just chop all that off. And when you're doing fruit kebabs, you want nice cut corners. So again, you want a nice sharp knife. I think there's 9 there. We have to do an extra one off this one. So you want to make sure you've got nice, clean, sharp corners. And you don't want to handle it too much or else you can start damaging it. So I'm just going to start assembling all the fruit there. And we've got a rock melon. Look at that, beautiful fruit. Again, just scoop out all of these seeds. And then we'll just put these in the bin. Just choose another quarter and just cut off all of the green stuff. Yeah, so I recommend, if there's one thing you can buy that's going to help you cooking, is a really good knife. And you want to go for one really good expensive knife, then going for like a lot of people have a kitchen drawer full of 10 really average knives. So go all out and get a nice expensive knife if you can afford it. And it's a lot safer too. So 2 fruits down. Whoop! Hang on a minute, I'll just go and retrieve that watermelon. Oh, okay, wouldn't make a very good rugby player, would I? Better just quickly wash that. Look at that. These things are heavy. So with a watermelon, the rule is always cut that way. So you've got a lovely big half like that. It's not too bad. And then into a segment again. And these are easily wrapped and you can use them for wedges later. So I'm just going to take this off here, take the skin off. Often with watermelons, as with this one, there are some more slightly, seedy, juicier bits. We want to avoid those. So we're just going to cut through here. We're going to cut some wedges so we can end up with 10 really nice, stable slabs of watermelon. So you kind of sometimes have to hack it a little bit. We've nearly got 10, 6, 7, 8, there we go. And all this fruit that's left over can be used for fruit salad or some other thing later, so do not let it go to waste. I've got a mango here, so I'm just going to cut off one large cheek like that and just cut off the skin. And as you can see, we're going to end up with a lot of very beautiful colours. There's 12 pieces, so go extra if you can. We've got some blueberries. These are beautiful as well, so I'll just probably might use 2 blueberries. Per one. Some strawberries. And with these strawberries, I'm just going to cut them into half. Just give them a bit of a wash. Again, nice cuts. And these lovely acute angles like this, it really tastes good when you eat things. So you want nice, lots of lovely sharp cuts. Strawberries. Got a pineapple. And the best way to cut a pineapple is take both ends off. And then we're going to cut down the sides like this. In half. And then we're going to chop it like this. Just cut these little eyes off. And again, just some nice big chunky pieces. Avoid the hard bit in the middle. 4, probably need a few more there. So this is a really delicious way of having a sweet thing at the end of your meal. It's much better than all the processed alternatives you can have for sweets. So yeah, go for fresh fruit while you can. God's created some amazing fruits and colours, and they're just packed full of vitamins and minerals. Got a nice kiwi here. They come from New Zealand, which is where I come from. Oops. Again, just cut the ends off. So you want to dispose of all the skins before you start cutting into the fruit. I might do an extra one as well. One fruit that I do not like in fruit salads or on kebabs, and you may disagree with me, is apples. Apples are just a bit too crunchy for this kind of thing. So generally avoid apples, generally avoid oranges, and go for the more exotic style fruits. So there we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 beautiful colours. And now we need to get the skewers, and you get these little bamboo skewers from most supermarkets. You're going to use these to put the fruit kebabs together. So there's one rule about when you're arranging colours, and that is the rainbow. Roy G. Biv. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. If you arrange it in those orders, they always look fantastic. So we're going to start with red. Red, orange, yellow, Roy G. green, and then blue at the end. I've missed one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a bit of green here. So if we organise them like that, then they will always look the best colours. Just turn the potatoes down, they're just boiling quite a lot there. So again, just skewer them through like this. Keep them on nice weird angles. And you'll make a lovely kebab. Look at that. Handle it gently. And put 2 blueberries on the end, just like that. Look at that. So we just need 10 of those. Now these actually take quite a bit of time to prepare. So luckily I've got a helper today. My wife Verity's here, and she's going to help me put them together. You can just grab those and park yourself there. You can make 10 of those, that'd be awesome.
Cool.
I'll just give you all the skewers. It's always good to have help in the kitchen. Just want to put it on that platter over there, that'd be great. So there we go, the kebabs I think are underway. Potatoes are nearly cooked. We've made a really good start on our meal today. If you've just joined us today on Cook 30, we are making a meal in 30 minutes. We are starting with a Greek potato cake, served with avocado and tomato salsa. We have a fresh pepper medley and some honey glazed carrots. We also have, to finish off, fruit kebabs with cashew cream. Okay, now a really quick salad that you can make at home. And this is just brilliant. Okay, I'm going to start with a baby spring mix, or just one of these Mexican lettuce, spinach mixes. There's lots of great ones at the supermarket. So just put it in a bowl to start with. It's probably got about 2 or 3 cups, 4 cups in there. And then I'm going to add these peppers, and this is all about colour, this salad. It's going to add half an orange pepper, half a red pepper, and half a yellow pepper. Just cut them in half, rip out the seedy section, and we're just going to slice these up really thinly. Again, you need a nice sharp knife for this. And be really careful when you get down to where your fingers are. So how are the kebabs going?
Yeah, get in there.
Great. Kebabs do take a little bit of a while, but they're well worth it. And now the orange one. And if you're not used to chopping fast with a knife, I suggest you just start with really slow strokes to get the technique up first, and then after a while you'll become faster. So we're going to put that on like that, just sprinkle that over the salad there, and just give it a bit of a lift up. Look at those beautiful colours. Got an amazing ingredient here, and these are sugar snap peas. And if you see these in the supermarket, buy them if they're in season. They are just crunchy, sweet, and just beautiful. It's like you've gone out in the field and picked your peas yourself. They're just amazing. So I'm going to put some of these in. Just grab a handful, probably about 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup, and just randomly chop them, just to make them a little bit smaller. And they just add an amazing crunch to the salad. Absolutely delicious. And to finish it off, we're going to have some beetroot matchsticks. So just cut your beet and cut the ends off. We're going to do a nice, generous peel here with a knife. And the easiest way to do matchsticks is you want some really nice thin slices, like that. Perhaps another one. And then line them up together, and then we're just going to slice them as thinly as we can. And they'll just fall off into these beautiful red matchstick shapes. Look at that. Gather them together. You want to put these on last, you don't want to mix them with the salad, or else they'll start to kind of contaminate it. So I'll put those on like that, and that salad is now ready to go to the table. There's no dressing on this one, it's just like a nice, crunchy, fresh salad. Let's see how these potatoes are doing. Yep, lovely and soft, they're breaking apart. I'm just going to drain them over here in the sink. Get as much water out as possible. And put them in a nice mixing bowl here. Turn off the flame. So we've got the skins in there, but they'll be great. They'll add a rustic type feel to it. So first we want to mash them. Just a quick mash. Now you don't want them perfectly mashed. You want a few little bits of potato in there as well. You want to keep it quite rustic. So just a light, rough mash, so it looks like that. These are nice and floury, so they're going to stick together wonderfully. So now we just want to inject lots of flavours into here. So we're going to start with some onion, red onion. So we probably want around about a quarter, about that much. Every red onion is really different. And just want little baby dices. So just like this, cut it that way, and then really close together, sliding the knife through, making sure we make contact with the board on every stroke. Put those in. They won't need cooking. Red onions generally, haven't been half cooked, will absolutely be fine. But I wouldn't put white onion in this kind of a recipe without cooking it. Sun-dried tomatoes, you know you're going to get a lot of flavour from these. So we probably want around 10, probably around about half a cup. And these are a great little flavour ingredient to have in the cupboard. And again, we're just going to slice them up. Nothing too flash, just so they're not big chunks. A little bit smaller. Just like that, so you can get some really nice bites of some really beautiful sun-dried tomatoes. We're going to add some spring onions, or green onions, or shallots, whatever they call them in your country. I'm going to add 3 of those, take the end off, take any ends off there, into half, and we're just going to slice them through, just straight, reasonably chunky, not too fine, and these will add lovely flavour as well. So these ingredients are not going to be cooked through much, they're just going to be pretty much warmed up. Now we're going to have a teaspoon of cumin, just a bit of spice there, and about a teaspoon of salt. Got some cilantro or coriander. Just chop that up reasonably roughly. So about that much, about half a cup. And those are all our major ingredients. So now we just want to stir it up. Smells really nice.
It does.
How are the kebabs going?
Yeah, getting there. Not ready to go now.
Great. You can see the colours coming together beautifully with the kebabs. lined up in a row. And also when you've got colours, you want to cluster colours together. You don't want to mix them generally. So that's ready. We're going to put some sesame seeds all over the bench and into the bowl as well. And we're going to make these into patties or cakes. So I'm going to add a little bit of oil to the pan. We're going to just turn it down a little bit and we're going to fry these in here. So you just want to grab up with your hand a nice patty about that big, roll it round so it's nice and pressed together, flatten it out and then roll it in the sesame seed. I'm going to make, so we'll start off with 4 because that's probably as many as we're going to fit in the pan. If you've got some extra time you can make some more for later or for lunch the next day. Just into a ball, nice and secure. And then just dip them in the sesame seeds like that and then straight into the pan. Get that nice crackle. And these will toast up beautifully. So probably a couple of minutes each side and they'll be ready by the time we're ready to serve. So I think the carrots are now done, so we can drain these in the sink. And we're just going to pour them in this bowl, and blue is a colour that goes well with orange. And we're just going to put over a sprinkle of salt and a drizzle of honey. About 2 tablespoons of honey. And just give it a bit of a shake round. And sprinkle it with sesame seeds. And that very simple way of doing that with carrots is just delicious. We need to make a salsa for the cakes, so we're just going to get some cherry tomatoes, just chop them randomly. Put them in this bowl. I'm going to add some avocado as well. I'll just halve this. Open it out, get rid of the stone. Take the skin off. And then we're just going to slice it up, dice it up. It's kind of going to be a chunky salsa, not a guacamole, just more of a salsa. So just slice it thinly. Get rid of a little bit of skin. Go the other direction. Give it a bit of a random chop as well. Everything goes in here. And just a touch of salt. Juice of a lemon. Just a little squeeze of lemon juice. And a clove of garlic. And that's just a really quick salsa that you can do with any meal. Give it a bit of a mix up. And it'll just go beautifully with the dish. And now to make a delicious cashew and pear cream. And this is so simple. 1 can of canned pears, and don't get the stuff that's sweetened with pear juice, not with sugar. So put there in the blender, juice and all. I'm going to put in 1 cup of cashew nuts. And if you buy the large pieces cashew nuts, it works out cheaper. And then we're simply going to blend that together. Before you know it, we'll have cashew cream. How are the kebabs going?
Yeah,
Look at that. They look beautiful. Thank you so much for doing those.
No worries.
Great, and I think I'll attempt to flip some of these. Look at that, the sesame seeds brown up nicely. Beautiful. Oh, the cashew cream is done, look at that. So all we're going to do is just pour this out into the bowl and check out that silky cashew cream, much better than any kind of unhealthy cream you can have. You've got the beautiful sweetness of the pears combined with the beautiful creaminess of the cashew nut, so it's a great combination. So there it is, ready for the table. You can make up some more potato cakes if you want, but that in essence is our meal finished. These kebabs look amazing. Thanks for doing that.
My pleasure.
So many colours. Let's put them on the table.
Sounds good.
So today we've got this delicious pepper salad. Look at that, with those sugar snap peas, which are just amazing. And the lovely potato cakes, delicious. Look at that. That's everything. Let's eat.
Looks beautiful.
So it's really important to have lots of colours at a meal. You know you're getting lots of different vitamins and minerals.
Dig in down.
Thank you. So thank you for joining us on Cook 30. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I hope you've picked up some new tips, some new ingredients, some new skills that you can use to help you with your cooking at home. And eating healthier, you'll have a much more vital and happier life. So I really encourage you to use these whole food, plant-based ingredients. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time.